大家好，欢迎来到 Blue Rider 台北仁爱。这次 Team Freiwald 亚洲首个展蝴蝶 Schmetterling。现在跟我在台北慕尼黑线上连线的就是艺术家 Team Freiwald。Hi Tim, how are you?
Hi, I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Your works obviously are very unconventional. You destructed and reassembled your works, and which is has become a very unique style of painting. Could you describe how you started and why?
I started to work like that about 6 years ago when I lived in Berlin. And one has to imagine that Berlin is a very inspiring city because you are surrounded by many different layers of history in one place at the same time. For example, you have buildings from 19th century, from pre-war, post-war, communist buildings, and contemporary architecture, and maybe it's painted by graffitis or something like that. And this is a very, very special situation to have all these elements combined. I was imagining that the war cut out pieces of the city, and they have been filled with new buildings and new material and with new thoughts, and provided a new overall picture that's very special. And this kind of process, I adapted this kind of process a little bit when I was cutting away or cutting holes into my paintings and refilled it with other found objects or materials or surfaces. I tried to show this kind of process of thinking that happened there, that was inspiring me. Yeah. And the second thing is you have to imagine that this city had very big resources of space and space where people and artists could spread themselves and extend. And this is also a unique or a special situation because the GDR hasn't made the same development as Western Germany did. And you found a whole other situation in just the same country, and this was kind of inspiring and a good feeling when I was there.
So when the artist Lucio Fontana cut his canvas and started so-called specialism, and does he inspire you? And if so, what do you think the difference between you and his work?
I only can guess what his inspiration for this really was, but I think the interest that we had in common is to open a predefined space and open it into other dimensions, and to overthink what's there and what's done, and to find a new way to think the pictorial space of the painting. What I want to show, or my inspiration, is I want to enable the viewer to look inside my working process.
And when I read about your introduction article, it seems to me that the word collapse and stabilize, the two words mean something to you. Would you like to talk about this?
Concerning this question, there's always mentioned a quote of mine. I want my paintings to be on the verge of physical collapse and only gain their stability through painterly attraction. And that means that I'm, at first place, the process is building over and over again and only adding things. And I start to cut that again, and then restructuring starts over and over again until the body of the painting really is at the edge of physical collapse. And at that point, I start to refill the unstable state to make this stable again. And that's how the process somehow works. Yeah, and I really want to show and make it possible for the viewer to follow my process of creation. And that's why I'm working with these kind of layers. Of course, I could paint the same paintings just with color on the surface, but then you wouldn't have the chance to follow the way I went through.
And the last question is, you really changed the way how we look at, a complete canvas. The traditional way of looking at a complete canvas, the beauty of a painting. So my question is, what does the word beauty in your work mean to you?
I think that a painting is finished when all its elements come into an order. Yeah, I think if you can follow this order or you can understand this order, then you can see the beauty inside of the work. I think the best order a painting can have is the unexpected order, and that's why I'm working with, I try to force accidents to the paintings, to be able to deal with these accidents and to surprise myself always. I think a good work has always a surprise inside of itself, and this surprise is is put into an order again.
Okay, that was very impressive. And thank you for the interview, and we wish to meet you soon and hope you can come to Taipei next time.
Yeah, thank you. I'm very happy about the exhibition, and thank you very much for the interview. And of course, I really want to come to Taipei when it's possible again.
And I'm sure this will be a very successful show, and wish us success. See you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Auf Wiedersehen.